It started with laughter, the kind that doesn't belong to children anymore. I was standing near the pool side of the resort, camera in hand, pretending to capture the light on the water. My wife's company had arranged a family work trip, a phrase I'd never heard before but didn't question. I'd taken time off work, packed for our kids, smiled when she said, "It'll be good for us." Good for who, exactly? The wind shifted. Her voice carried across the patio, warm, familiar. Then another voice, low, male, her boss. I turned instinctively, and there she was, kissing him. Not in the hidden shadows of guilt, but in the open. The kind of kiss that says, "We've done this before." Her hands rested on his chest like they belonged there. His palm traced her waist like it always had. Behind them, our kids played tag near the shallow end. Their laughter overlapped hers. Her sister stood at a distance, holding her phone mid-scroll. She saw me. Our eyes locked. And in that silence, something between us broke, and something else began to form. Not anger, not yet. Something colder, sharper. She looked away. My wife didn't even notice. I lowered the camera, switched it off, and whispered to myself, "All right, let's see how deep this goes." That night, she lay beside me as if nothing had happened. Her perfume lingered like evidence. She hummed softly, scrolled through photos, and told me how fun the day was for the kids. I nodded. I asked nothing, because asking gives away the game. I watched her reflection in the dark window. Her fingers hesitated on the screen when a message flashed. A man's name, 3 letters, nothing more. She tilted her phone slightly, away from me. The move was instinctual, practiced. I smiled to myself. People lie best when they think you trust them. Over breakfast, her boss complimented her presentation skills. "You really saved the pitch," he said. She blushed the way people do when they've already been forgiven in advance. Her sister kept watching me, avoiding conversation but glancing, guilty, nervous. Later, when the group gathered for team photos, I offered to take them. Everyone laughed, posed, leaned close. I zoomed in slightly, focused, and captured the reflection of 2 hands meeting behind the others' backs. Her hand, his hand, perfectly aligned between smiles. When we got home, I became quiet, deliberately. Silence has gravity. It makes liars fill the space. She started asking, "What's wrong?" every evening. I'd answer with small things: work stress, headache, fatigue. She believed me because she wanted to. I mirrored her tone, her gestures. I became the reflection she expected. But every night after she slept, I worked. Not on spreadsheets, on patterns, messages, timelines, work trips, her mood before and after meetings. It didn't take long. I pulled her photos off the cloud, the ones automatically backed up. Metadata never lies. The kiss had a timestamp, GPS coordinates, and worse, so did a dozen others, always with the same man, her boss. Her sister's WhatsApp backups told me even more. She hadn't stopped him, she'd helped hide it. "He can't know," one message read. "He trusts too much." I read that line 3 times. Trust. Weaponized. I didn't confront them. I simply began rearranging my world, quietly, efficiently. Joint accounts drained into a separate one. Our home title shifted under a trust. Photos of the kids, printed, framed, kept. Her phone stayed unlocked more often now. The guilt made her careless. Guilt always does. I waited. Because revenge is not an act. It's timing. It happened 2 weeks later. We were back at her office, family day again. She insisted I come, maybe to prove something, maybe to test me. Either way, I went. She was radiant that day, new dress, same perfume. Her boss hovered near her, careful now, maintaining distance. He'd sensed the shift. Predators always do. While they presented awards on stage, I slipped into her office. Not to snoop, to leave something. On her desk, I placed an envelope. Inside, printed photos from the resort, chat logs, and one simple note. I know. So does your sister. The kids will be fine. Then I walked out. 10 minutes later, I stood outside the glass doors, watching through the reflection. She opened the envelope mid-conversation. The color drained from her face. Her boss leaned in. She pushed him away. People noticed. Her sister rushed forward, snatched the papers, froze. Mid-page. Their faces twisted in synchronization. Shock, panic, collapse. I stayed still. One man outside, watching his world crumble in silence. When she looked up, searching the room, her eyes finally found me through the glass. I didn't move, didn't blink, just raised my phone and pressed play. A video looped on the conference screen behind her, the kiss at the pool, children laughing in the background. Gasps. Silence. Then chaos. They followed me outside, her trembling, her sister crying, her boss pale and sweating. "Please," she said, voice breaking. "Not here. The kids." I turned to her, calm. "You should have thought of that when they were behind you." Her boss tried to step forward. I raised a hand slightly, an unspoken command to stop. He did. She dropped to her knees on the pavement, tears cutting through her makeup. Her sister knelt beside her, whispering apologies I didn't care to hear. I leaned down just enough for her to hear me. "You didn't just cheat, you humiliated your own family. You taught my children that love can be replaced by convenience." Her breath hitched. "Now," I continued, "you'll learn what it feels like to be replaced." I turned, got into the car, and drove away. The company's HR email hit her inbox an hour later. Complaints, video evidence, policy violations. Her career dissolved before sunset. I didn't need to see her again. The damage was already complete. People imagine revenge feels like fire. It doesn't. It's ice. Cold, clear, absolute. The kids live with me now. They still ask about her sometimes, but less each week. I tell them she's away for work. That's not a lie, just a reframing. Her sister tried calling. I never answered. The house is quiet, peaceful, honest. Sometimes, when the wind passes through the open window, I remember that day by the pool. The laughter, the reflection, the sound of betrayal disguised as joy. I don't hate her anymore. Hate is heavy. I put it down. Now there's only silence. And in that silence, I found something better than revenge. Control. She fell on her knees that day. I never had to kneel again.